action, whatever we want to call it. Well, it's not really look ahead action right now, so I should probably change my little crawler there, and I'll do that. I forgot to do the crawler. And just like that, we're changed. As always, welcome to the show. Make sure we're live everywhere. Facebook, we're in. Twitter, Twitter. Not Twitter. I'm only on Twitter. I don't put it on Twitter. I guess we should probably throw it out live on Twitter. Put a link up there, I guess. We could always do that. Why not, right? Doesn't hurt. So everybody come in and say hello. So Saturday 13th, we got Hartford underway. Let's do this. All right. Sal's here. Good morning, Sal. How are you today? I'll be doing better. You know what? All right. So Colorado State we were heavy on yesterday. We had them for a future there in the Mountain West. We took them with the points. They were good for a half. Hey, you know what? I mean, we make jokes like, "Oh, they forget to show up the second half." Well, sometimes a better team wins. We just got to take a loss. We always look for a reason why our games lose, and I'm sure we could dig and find things. Sometimes it's just a bad play by me. Hopefully they get into the tournament. I got them squeezing as a 12 seed, although I see, Joe Lenardi's got them in the first four out. Hopefully that's not the case. So they got a nice little payoff on Colorado State to make the tournament. Yep, we'll definitely see you. I don't know what day you're coming down, Sal. You're gonna be there Friday, Saturday. You said Sunday, Monday. I'll be there. Craig's gonna be down Friday, Saturday. Come by the fan cave, have a beer, get a shirt. Trini, good morning. How are you today? Good to see you. Nice bright and early, sunshiny day on a Saturday. So we're gonna not waste any time. We'll roll right into these puppies. We're looking for Hartford here early to get done for us, and then you know what? We'll just go right down in timeline. I guess I'll just have to flip around my little notes. Although I have many notes since I'll give out games here that that I don't have up as premiums. I do have a couple premium plays out there, but if you watch last night's show, you would know that some of these games we touched down last night. So you can, if you want to go back and rewatch, you could maybe figure out who we're on. Alrighty. Okay, doke. Let's start going. We'll start time-wise here. Morgan State and Norfolk. Now, I like Norfolk here. They've played 4 times. Norfolk's won 3 of the 4. They had the day off because they had a COVID issue. The other team didn't play. Morgan now 3 straight games. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Norfolk 3-1 versus them this year. Morgan won the first game. Norfolk the last 3. And my numbers actually have this closer to like a pick'em type game. But I've lost already this tournament going against a team that lost the first couple, even though they were close kind of games. Thinking they'd get over the hump in the last game. Boise rings the bell there for us. So, I'm not overthinking it. I'll take Norfolk here, laying a bucket, go money line, lay to 130. I don't mind doing that here in this spot. So, Norfolk gets the call. And the MEAC, let's write it up for the listeners at home. MEAC, Norfolk -2 or money line. Treen. So, Sal, you didn't even answer. Where are we going to come down? What day? All weekend? You're hanging out? Where are you staying at? All right, next up here. So, Norfolk's going. 1 o'clock game, Ohio State and Michigan. I do not have a side on this one. I want to lean a little bit towards Michigan here because Ohio State, as I say, playing with fire. You lost a couple coming into the tournament. Nail biter versus Minnesota. Purdue going to overtime. Michigan, I don't think you want to kind of get into that kind of game with these guys. You're going to play a close one here. Michigan's good. Probably a 1 seed. Most likely Baylor going down. These guys might be the number 2 overall all seed in the tournament. Morning from Louisiana. How are you, Billy? Love that chicken from Popeyes, right? Louisiana, home cooking. Love that chicken from Popeyes. So Big Ten. We'll roll out 2 games here because we'll touch on this one next. Again, they're not premium plays, but video-wise, we'll go out Michigan. And, we're already on the Illini since we have futures on them all over the place. Michigan over. Why wouldn't they be? 92-87 the first time they played. That was only like 2 weeks ago. So why not? Ohio State's getting up and down the court, running a little bit. Michigan could definitely do that and score some. So we're looking at 146. I got this at, I could go there because I have this about 151. So I could easily see going over the total there, Trini. Let's do it. Tune in TV. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate the GOAT, though I'm not really been a GOAT lately. A lot of splitting out. We had a huge January, like last week of January, like huge early February run in conference play, monster. And then here we go. We're just been splitting out, trying to get over the hump. It's been tough. We've had some winners. We've had some losers. We just can't put together 2 or 3 good ones in a row to build bankroll. Hopefully that changes. We started out great yesterday and then a couple losers at night. I thought UCF, come on. What the heck? You foul, 5 seconds left to, lose that one. Colorado State doesn't show up second half. We'll get them. We're going to hit our stride, and then it'll be a nice. You got to take your streaks as they come. So as long as we're not going 1-9, we're all right. We're just kind of creeping along. We're going to get the breaks all in a day or 2, and then you got a 11-4 run in your pocket. So just got to grind them out, maintain bankroll discipline, and our plays here. So Alabama, Tennessee. This is actually a premium play I put out on the site, but I don't have it in the, I didn't sell it. I have a 3-pack going up with night action, and you can see it. Listen, I don't like hyping the sales. I like coming on talking about all the games. But there's the 3-pack up. It's got your Big 12, Texas, Oklahoma State, your Big East, Georgetown, Creighton, and your Conference USA, that North Texas, Western Kentucky game. So that's a 3-pack up. So those games we won't be touching on. And obviously, Cincy, Wichita State was up yesterday. That was one of the first games we put up there. So everything else you'll get. And this one here I actually do have on the site as a play in Alabama -3. So hopefully that started out good. Like I said, we gave out Hartford and Alabama yesterday. So we'll still take them today in the video for premium play. So there's real cash involved, not just throwing out who I like to win. Because new people watching. Hey, Donalds, we'll get to these games in a second. We'll go run them all. We'll hit every game except for the 4. If I don't have my money on it and you like something, I don't want to talk you off your side because, you're going to get that little confirmation bias. We're like, oh, well, Higgs likes it. People in the chat, everybody was on his side, and I'm going to go with it. Well, okay, or not go with it. I don't want to do that. You like a team and I don't have money on it. You're confident to put your money on that game. Don't let me change it. I might have a good opinion or thought on or something you didn't think of, but you're ready to plunk down your money. So don't do that. So again, Cincinnati, Wichita, that is a package. And real fast on these, I always mention leaderboards on the site. You can see the leaderboards. A lot of sites don't have leaderboards. Look at the leaderboards because you see who's actually making money. It's right there. But I do have the 3-day pass if you want. That way you'll get the Wichita and the other 3 games for a third of the price. It's totally half price. It's a great deal. Iowa, Illinois. We said Illinois. We're on Illinois all year. We've talked about Illinois since this tournament started. Hopefully take care of business. Although I'm honest, I'm a little worried here because we had IU yesterday and we somehow eked out a half-point cover there. but they played so bad. It was such a not a good game for them, and now this line looks maybe a tad low because Iowa's still pretty good. Uh, I maybe lean a little bit towards the under here. I don't know. It's come down a couple points, so maybe that's something we should be looking at. LSU, Arkansas, in the SEC, 162 is the total here, and I'm really, sidewise. I'd like to see Arkansas and Alabama face off. They're two kind of fun teams to watch, but I think I'm just gonna have to go with the over in this one here. I'm gonna have to go with the over because 83-75, 92-76. They split LSU. 92 points on this team. Arkansas put up 83 in another game. We're gonna get points. 162 is a high total, so I think they're trying to scare you with thinking teams got to get both in the 80s. Can't be scared. Can't be scared. We're not being scared here. I'll go over that 162. I think sometimes they throw out a giant number and they don't want I want you to run from it. Like, oh boy, both teams gonna score 80 something points here. Brio, good morning to you. How are you today? All right, we'll jump into some Fairfield here. I think I want to go in order so I don't roop around, but we'll find Fairfield. It's the next game up here, 4:00. Fairfield, Iona. Listen, we like Iona. I see you're on Fairfield. We've been on Iona since day one of the tournament. For the MAC, it's an extra A. For the MAAC. So, Donald, I know you have Fairfield. We are liking Iona. We've been on Rick Pitino's bunch. The funny thing is this guy comes in a COVID year, misses like a month and a half of games. And here he is in a championship game, beating 1 seeds, beating 2 seeds, and now he gets a Fairfield team who's saw a real ugly game yesterday. And Iona, they're always a top program in conference, so they get good athletes for who they play all the time, and you got a good coach, and you see them. Although they're running off some wins, I know the line's a little big, but let's go Iona. I like Iona. Michael, good morning to you, my friend. How are you? Norfolk, rough game. Did we? Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a nail biter. That's why I said, you know what? At 2, and I kind of like Morgan. I do like Morgan. I think this line's more of a pick 'em line. We're seeing 2.5, maybe because Norfolk won 3 of 4 they played. But sometimes a team just has the guy's number, right? I know the old you can't beat a good team 3 times. I understand really good teams, and these teams are kind of close. So I don't know. I'm just going to go Norfolk. Why don't we just throw out the money line here later, 120, 130 instead of laying the point? It will be close. Listen, 68-65 Norfolk, 74-69 Norfolk, 89-85 Norfolk, 78-74 Morgan. So none of these are blowout games. They're all within a margin of error where either team could have won. So grab one side money line. You like Morgan? Grab the dog plus money on the money line. Rob Pitino. The funny thing is he might be replacing his son in Minnesota. So I know they split, but that was, let me pull up the Iona game. We're going back to December, 70-42 and 67-52. All right. We see some of these Fairfield scores, 55, excuse me, 52. They threw a 79 up on Monmouth, 59. Manhattan, 85. That's an anomaly. 59, 66, 69, 49, 55. So, yeah, I'm not buying Fairfield here. They shoot 40%. They're just not a good shooting team. Give me Iona. Maybe the under. If you're thinking that, just go under. You think it's going to be a low scoring, typical 56-50 type game. No, I'm not saying you can't beat a good team 3 times. You can. Nevada beat up on Boise. USC had no answers for Colorado. I'm not saying that, but listen, Norfolk's 3-1 versus these guys. Some teams, these are close games. You think close games, maybe the other team kind of gets in it. Kenny's in Jersey. What's up? You're in Kenny. What are you doing next weekend? Come down to the fan cave. Wild West will be there. We'll have some hats, have some shirts. If you like to toss a few back, and not just water, there'll be some adult beverages, plenty of food. Escobar, a fan, I appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words. Give good wines. You want some wine, huh? We can give out wine. Pedro. Lou, how are you today? Thanks for stopping in. I'll bet the overs. Well, I don't. I mean, these overs here, they sometimes you just get some ugly games in the MAC. Even regular season, the MAC double. So it could be something to look at. I just like Iona. We've been on them when the tournament started. I said this is the team to beat. They're not getting respect. It's an 8 seed. It's a joke, and here they are. Jackson State. Terrible. Does it let you buy out of those? You could have maybe bought out when if you hit 5, or was it all playing at the same time? I don't know. I don't really do a lot of crazy things like that. All right, next up here, we talked Arkansas. We talked Iona. Memphis, Houston. Memphis, I said, a foul. UCF fouls these guys with 5.2 seconds left or some crap, and they come down. And, of course, he gets both of them. We're getting 6.5. We're a loser here. Listen, I like Houston a lot. I want to take Houston, but I think this is going to be a tight game. Memphis' problem is that sometimes they have problems scoring. And Houston, we know about their defense. This is a top 10 offensive defensive team. Houston's very good and very under the radar. I think they'll cause some problems in the tournament, seeing what kind of draw they get. I might actually just take the 7.5 here. And they played close the last time they played. What was the score here? Did I write it down? 67-64. So I'll take the points here with Memphis. We'll take Memphis. Memphis plus 7. 7 or 7.5. I'm putting 7 here because I don't want to be giving out. Oh, 7.5. Okay. Well, 7's out, 7.5's out there. Wonderful. Texas, Oklahoma under. I could see that, Kenny. Trail wins. I know. I knew you meant wins. I saw the basket and or the ball in the money. I was just making jokes. Over under Ohio State. I think we're going to lean on the over there, Travis. The way Ohio State's been playing, I think we're going to go over the total because they're kind of pushing it a little bit. We know Michigan could score. Ohio State's been giving up points. Listen, dogfight in Minnesota, OT versus Purdue. They're putting points on the board. Michigan's, keep the train running there. So I'll go over. Michigan over. Yes. Michigan, I mean, we had a little lean on Michigan. We kind of like the over here in the Michigan game, Terry, more than anything. Did the line even come down yet? I mean, I saw that last night that he had a broken foot or something like that. So I saw 6s and a couple. It was a 5.5. Then I saw 6.5. And is it back down? I don't even know. We'll have to look. We'll have to look. Let me pull up a live feed here with these games. Get a live line off one of the channels. Again, still at 6.5. The 5.5s are gone. So people are still loving Michigan. I see the total now at 142.5. So I think we're right with our total play. So we said over Michigan 141, now 142.5. So we got that. Both have 2 starters. It doesn't make a difference. There's going to be points on the board. All right, next up, Oklahoma State, Texas. That is part of our championship 3-pack tonight with the Big East and CUSA. Texas and Prairie View. Prairie View 77-75 and 73-67. I do like Southern, though, believe it or not. Here, I like Texas Southern. Everybody's jumping in on Prairie, but I'll go out. On the branch here. I'll take Prairie, Texas Southern plus 2.5. Texas Southern. At plus 2.5, maybe sprinkle some money line in on that one. Again, this is a team that's lost already these guys, but I think they break through today. Livers and OSU has one with the concussion out. Abilene Christian. I think that's a later game. We'll get to it. I just want to go down kind of in time order here for everybody. So Utah State, San Diego State. I think Utah State. I see them on the border to get into the tournament. You think, oh, they have to win. The line is low enough here. It's basically a pick. You see two. It's kind of like, two men enter, one man leave. Let's go. It's going to be a slugfest. I know I wrote down something on this game. I just got to find it here. Once I get to the new place, I could set up. I'll have my, little notes in front. I won't have to keep looking down. I get to see everybody, or you get to see me. I don't get to see you guys, and girls. Let's see here. Head-to-head, 64-59 and 57-45. So Utah has beaten them twice this year. Obviously, the under should probably be looked at here. Why wouldn't we look at the under in this game, the way they've been playing? This is a tough one, this San Diego State game, because the Aztecs have been the top dogs here for a long time. And obviously, listen, I was on Colorado State, and Utah State came in and thumped them pretty good. I'm leaning on Utah State here. We'll take Utah State, and I'll go money line. Down West Conference. James Ross, how are you? Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. You're welcome for the picks, AJS. I appreciate everybody who comes and watches and gives its likes. Good show today. We got, decent amount of people live here. First time watchers. Hello. Welcome to the club. You got Ohio State plus the points. I'm not blaming you right there. Common sense ideas. I kind of leave Michigan, but Ohio State's a pretty tough team. They had a nice run, and then they lost 4 straight. You're kind of like, what kind of team is this? Will the real Buckeyes please stand up? So I do not fault you there. Getting 6, even grab a 6.5, get that extra point. Could be close. Could be a close one. Over-unders feel like it's rigged. Oh, Astro. No, they're not rigged. That's just terrible. It's when you lose, it's horrible. And when you win, it was easy money. So I look, and I've probably lost a lot more totals than I won this year. And somehow, yet I still go back like putting nails in my eyes, thinking I could hit a total. Yeah, Utah State beat them twice. Thomas beat them twice, Utah State. Kind of low-scoring games, too. So we look at this total. I mean, they went under 128, I think under 123, 2 low-scoring games, and now you're looking at 128 again. I could see under again here. I'll take Utah State. Why not? They're playing. Again, when I'm putting them out here, these are kind of games we're just hitting on. I don't have money on them myself, unless I tell you it's a premium play, and sometimes I throw premiums out here. So I don't want you to think that just because we're giving out 17 games today that there's money involved in only 17 games for me. There's definitely not, definitely not going to, like this game here, maybe I'll put something Utah State like the, what was that, Norfolk? I kind of like Norfolk, but I said, maybe we'll grab Morgan State money line plus 2.5, maybe take the plus money on the backside there, but I got other games I kind of like more, and that's what I'm going to move them on. Kenny, I'm sorry. So what was the one that lost? Tell me it was like a half-point loser or some nonsense, something terrible. I'd be the worst. Okay, if you're in Jersey, AC next weekend, we'll be down. We'll be down there. So come on down. Friday to Monday will be in AC. Checking in, Corey. Good to see you. Gloria is here. Now we could start. Gloria is here. Good morning, Gloria. Hartford money line right now. I have Hartford. I don't even know what the score is. Hopefully they pull out. What do we got here for Hartford? They're winning at the half. We'll take, it's halftime. Listen, we look good at halftime in a lot of games, and you know what? The second half starts, and our team that we backed it's a 10-0 run going the other way to start, and our 4-point leads evaporated, and we're battling the whole second half. So if you're watching first time, I'm not a game watcher like that. Sometimes I'll pop in, watch a couple games, but I'm not getting wrapped up in the pendulums of that. Don't do it. That's not good. Do some relaxing. You got family, take a walk. It's nice out. Ohio Buffalo. We're gonna grab a little. I kind of like Buffalo, but I think we're gonna grab a little Ohio here. If you're gonna take a dog, simply at a 2, 2.5, 1-3 championship game, just take a money line. If you like the dog, I don't understand. My thinking is, if you like 2.5, that means you like the team to lose by 2. Or you think they're going to win outright, right? I mean, So if you're going either way on these games, like the Morgan game, this Utah State, San Diego State game, if you're thinking going either way, dog or favorite at 2, 1.5, 2.5, lay people. And I'm not a guy to be like, I'm going to lay 260 on some fave. Garrett Cole's pitching against the Red Sox. I'll lay 285 I'm not a huge layer. 140, 160s, 160s top, 170s. Really, I don't really go anything over that. So, but 120, 130 here in a game that's basically going to be a pick 'em. We're down to a last second shot towards the odds makers. What the lines are, take it. Take the money line. If you like the dogs in these close games, 1, 2, 3s, take the dogs. Take a money line and take the faves the same way money line. Lay a little bit, but if it's going to be that close, you want to lose on 2.5 and Buffalo wins 79, 77. I mean, or vice versa. Eastern Washington, Montana. Nice little run from Montana here, out in the Big Sky. And actually, a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, can you put this Montana State in for me here? I like them to win the Big Sky." It's only a couple bucks, but it's going to pay off for almost a nickel if it hits for him. So he's getting 7.5, 13-9 Montana State. But we have a tale of 2 seasons, basically, right? 5 straight losses coming in, but now all of a sudden you win a couple of tournaments, and now you've won 4 or 5, right? I mean, big OT win over Southern Utah. So you got to think, like, are they going to still be having that momentum, or are they going to be a little flat coming out against Eastern Washington, who, again, when we talked about Eastern Washington and Southern Utah and these teams, they pretty much dominated these lower teams. As I'm going to tell you right now, 93-77 on February 11th and 85-69 on February 13th. So, I mean, it'd be nice Montana State. I'm pulling for my buddy to win here, but numbers tell me that Eastern has these guys' number, and it's not going to be close. We're talking 15, 16 points. Add in that, okay, you're in a championship game. Nobody had you here. You just knocked off the top seed in overtime, thrilling fashion, no less. 80-77 win there. So I'm going to lean a little bit here on EW if you're looking for Big Sky. So that's my thinking on how that's going to play out. Let me come back here to the chat. How's that? Stanford, Cal. I thought Stanford won. Did the guys come back? Yeah, we had Cal. Kenny should have been here. We liked Cal in that game. Alabama game. Yeah, we're going to take Alabama in that game, Ninja. And that is a premium play for me, but your guys are getting it in the site here. So I like Alabama. Alabama's a play. UFC fighter. I'm not a AJ knows. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't pretend to know it. Same with golf. I'm not pretend. I'll maybe make a call to somebody. I got a relative who's a PGA pro. He's pretty good. And when I say pro, I mean he's like a real golfer, not a pro bettor. Thinking of Nugget's a money line. Georgetown, what do you think? Hey, listen, they're playing well. It's a big line. I actually have this game, the Big East championship game, along with the Big 12 and Conference USA in a 3-pack. So I'll give out, it's a point side. But if you're thinking of Georgetown, I'm not going to talk you off that simply because they're playing pretty well. Why not, right? Anything could happen. And you're getting that many points. It's an 8-9 point line. So what's the take back on that? I mean, you got to be looking at a good chunk. I'm going to pull up a money line right now on that to see what it is. So, I mean, yeah, you're talking plus 300 in that party. Go for it. If you like a team to win but don't want to lay the juice, you can do a money line parlay with all faves. There you go, Mike. You can do that. Throw them in. You like all your faves. Everybody's, some guys laying 2, some guys laying 9, 12, 17, whatever. Go to money line. It's not gonna, the payoff will be minimal. 100 to win 147 if it's some crazy numbers or whatever the case may be. But that's something you could do. It's a Florida State game. Let's just see what's up. Well, we'll talk about Florida State. Why not? So we have a Georgia Tech future here to win the ACC. Part of me wants to hedge. So again, I think I got Georgia Tech's plus 850, and if I take Florida State money line right now is minus $2. So, I mean, what do I do here? Do I put, 250? At worst, I lose a nickel. I still make $3 on the back end. I don't. I'm not a big hedge guy. I figure you like your team. You bet the team a week ago to win a conference or a championship, whatever the case may be. Why hedge? I understand you can guarantee yourself something, but I don't know. I just feel confident in my place. Maybe that's good. Maybe that's, stubbornness isn't good. Bullheadedness doesn't always pay off, but there's something about being true to what you are, even if it's a complete lunatic sometimes. So. All right. Iona. I like Iona with the points, Gloria. I like them with the points. I know it's a lot of points for a MAC championship or MAC because you got the extra A in there, and sometimes you get some ugly games. But I like the Iona team. You know that we've talked about in the last couple of days. Yeah, the totals. I don't know why I keep going back to the totals. Something you think you're going to be able to get. Montana State went to overtime last night too. Yes, they did. Again, yeah, and they knocked off the top seed. Since you told Mike, I do have that's up as a solo premium pick. I don't want to give that one out there. Astra, how do I get your best bets? Are your best bets money lines or total plays? Well, if you look in the descriptions, I'm not going to post it in the chat here. There'll be a link, and you can get get a 3-day package for $39.99 as opposed to you want to buy a pack tonight. It's $44 for 3 games. So get a 3-day, and you'll get today, tomorrow, some Monday hockey and NBA. So definitely listen. When next Thursday comes around or Friday, if you don't want to do the playing game, why wouldn't you spend $40 on a 3-day pass and get 30 basketball games, or buy a weekly pass and get, I don't know, do so. That's smart money there, but let's not talk about that. You could do that. You figure it out. Let's just get back to the freebies. Everybody loves the freebies. So next, we talked about FSU, Georgia Tech, North Texas, Western Kentucky. I do have up in the 3-pack with the Big East, Georgetown, Creighton, and Texas, Oklahoma. ACU, Abilene Christian, and Nicholls State. So this one, again, we're talking totals that haven't been too kind for us, but I do like the over here. I do like the over. I'd lean maybe a little Nicholls with the points. Both teams are red hot, both 9-1 coming in. I don't know. I kind of like Nicholls. I had him a couple times toward the end of the season, and they delivered for us. So I'll lean with the 7 here. So I'll lean that and maybe the over here. The over is already up 1.5 here to 45. So, and then New Mexico State, Grand Canyon. I'll take Grand Canyon here +2. I mean, Canyon beat them twice already this year. They beat them twice, 65-53 and 70-62. I'll take the points. I'll take the money line. Grand Canyon. Waction. Grand Canyon. I'm going to read the little things here we've got going on there. My last Sunday NCAA 3-pack that I brought for someone was a bust. Hey, listen. I don't win them all. Yes, listen. What was it? What's day? Sorry. So Friday, Thursday, my 3-pack early. I think I went 0-3, 0-5 in those games, and then I had a better afternoon. And here's the thing, and I'll tell you, I don't like trying to just roll out, just pick a game. The old all your eggs in one basket. That I know people like to do that. I just want to put 100 on this or 500, 1,000, just one. You have a bankroll for a reason. Spread it out a little bit. Yesterday I started great. It was like I think I was like 5-1 out of the gate, and then UConn and the over go down there, and UCF crazy finish. I end up it ends up like a splitting out day. It's not where I ended up actually catching. I had Florida State at 2.5 and 3, so I got a push and a win. So that was a nice little surprise there. But I tell people, and this all time, if some people don't like to buy picks, I understand that. You like the free plays and stuff like that. And if you look to buy picks, you get a opinion, like real opinions. And I just put that up there because that's what you're going to get from me and the game I like. But I always say, like, if you get whether me or anybody else, there's 15 guys on site or wherever you go to look at sites, there's always multiple people there. And our sites have leaderboards. But if you get a day pass, you think, wow, this guy's great. He went 3-0 today, and the next day come back by something, and it's 1-2 or an 0-3 day, or 1-7, or 0-1, whatever. It was his best game, whatever you're calling it, loses, and you're like, damn. But the other games all go 5-1. So if you're looking to buy, I always think you buy like the 3-day, a 7-day, a 30-day package, where you kind of get a feel for the caliber. Then you kind of know. Most times I do put up little write-ups about the games. Obviously, sometimes these games come up so fast, there's no write-up. I just put out a rating on them, and that's it. But I do have adding a couple now as there's less games to do. NFL Times, you're going to get basically a paragraph of why I like a game. Same with college football and stuff like that. So if you buy it longer from anyone, you're going to get a feel for that person as opposed to 1 or 2 days. Because anybody can be like, look at this. I mean, let's be honest. If you guys are in the chat here, you've been on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, you see people out blue like, I'm on a 17-2 run. I mean, okay, last 2 days, but then there's nothing from them. So how'd you do the next 9 days? Are you now 22-46? So you need long term. That's why you have to have money management. You got to be disciplined on how you bet. Watch your bankroll. Don't get carried away. It's not like you're taking your Biden bucks in the stimulus. You're like, I put it all on blue. We're hitting this the craps table. Let's everybody take Ohio State today or whatever the heck you're thinking. I mean, like, don't do that. Don't do that. Take your spread it out. You can't just throw it all in one. I'm not going to win. I told you, I go 0-3 in the morning. I go 3-0 at night, and 1-1 in between. It's a winning day somehow. So that's just the way I am. I don't know. I could be rambling for everybody here, but for newer people, I apologize. Hit the like button. I love when the people come out with the like button. Hit the like buttons. Some picks are best. Well, I try, Glory. They're not the best. We win, we lose, but we put them all together over a period of time, and there's going to be money in our pocket. You just can't, in anything, you just can't take one day and think that's the way it's going to be. You wake up today, it's pouring rain out, and it's 42 degrees, it's cold. You're like, oh, it's miserable. But that's not what the next day is going to be. One day at a time. Rutgers. Well, Kenny, you know what? I'm kicking myself. I shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like I said on the video here, I said, as much as I want Rutgers to take care of business, home state kind of guy, they don't have the talent to compete with the Illini or Ohio State or Michigan or Michigan State. They're just not at that level yet, and it clearly showed yesterday. Illinois just ratted them. You know what? I talked about this. I like Illinois. We had the future on them here, but I think the line probably ticked down. Iowa's a pretty good team. They're a little streaky though. They look really good. Sometimes they look bad. Yesterday they didn't look too good. I think they led the game for about a minute. They didn't get good play, so maybe people are thinking they're going to get good play from their studs, and it'll be a wild one here. But Illinois as a whole, as a team, I like. So I mean, would I be shocked if Iowa wins the Big Ten? Absolutely not. They're a good team. Cincy game, I'm sorry, I got that. That's up as I got that as a solo package. I can't give that one out. I got to save one for actually. I don't like to give everyone out because people actually do buy a couple. I don't want to come in here and be like, oh, I paid for that and you gave it out for free. I mean, although I do some games, I do give out for free that aren't in the package. Since he's playing real good. 106 people in the chat. Well, that's a good one for me. I think we're at an all-time high there. That's awesome. Chris, 16 likes. That's a bad ratio right there. I think we're up to 35 now. Well, so I hit the like, but thanks, Loria. I like Cincinnati play against Shocker stuff. Cincy's good. Go Texas. I like Cincy. Illinois is for real. Okie State's for real. Punch Iowa in the face all over Illinois. Oh man, I love the comments. What else we got here going? Okay, so whack, we took care of Colorado, Oregon State here. You know, this line actually ticked up, and everybody's jumping on Oregon State because they're everybody's darlings right now, right? Picked for last in the Pac-12, and they're rolling along, knocking out everybody. Colorado 61-57. You see that one, you're like, wow, I'm getting 9 points. But then you look back at the other game, 78-49, which is a real pretty good butt whipping Colorado put on them here. This spot, when I see the line going up and everybody on the other side, I want to lean Colorado. But as a dog guy, it's kind of tough not to take the 9 points for a team, playing real well right now. So you got to take that in consideration here. As poor as they were supposed to be, and maybe not coming in. They've lost a few coming in here. What were they? And not terrible coming in, but you rolled together a big win over Oregon. UCLA in overtime, and that was I was like, let's take the under in that game, which looked good for a little bit, and then all hell breaks loose. I don't know. I mean, the Oregon win is big, but that's also a rivalry game with these kids who probably played maybe with each other, against each other in high school, and a ball like that there. So I don't know. This Colorado has been rolling right along. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight wins. And 72-70 USC, 61-58 over Cal, who expected Cal? I had them the game before against Stanford. I wasn't expecting them to cover 14 or, be in that one. I figured they get taken away late. So these guys have been in some tough games. They're definitely not going to take, hey, we're a 9-point favorite, almost double-digit favorite here. Take this team for granted, go out. No. They're in 2 dogfights. I'm actually going to lean towards Colorado here, believe it or not. I mean, yeah, I'm going to take Colorado. I see 2 dogfights. Now they got another hungry underdog nipping at their heels. So I definitely don't think they'll be overlooking this thing. Yeah, Buffalo, and I think we're going to go Ohio there. I mean, maybe a little in Ohio. This is a close game. They played, what did they do this year when they played each other? 86-66 Buffalo, 76-75 Ohio. I mean, listen, Buffalo 9-1, and Ohio 8-2 coming in. It's a coin flip for me, Trini. So whoever you like, maybe just money line it. Take the 120 on one side minus the 120 on the other, 130, whatever the numbers may be. Kenny's rolling out NBA. It's got to be a Oklahoma City Thunder. The Knicks are a 5-point fave on the road. Is that what you're telling me here? Wow. I said yesterday I kind of like the Knicks because, they're 500, they're playing a little good. I don't know if I want to lay 5 with them on the road, though. I'll lay with the Nets. I think the Nets are going to come out. I don't think the Pistons are going to be like, we're going to show you, Blake Griffin. Watch us coming. And the Nets could lay some eggs, but I don't know. I think they're really going to put a whipping on these guys. I think they'll put up 130 themselves here, so I don't see Detroit scoring a lot of points. Oh, yeah. Oh, listen, I'm a while back, but I'm talking yesterday's game. You come in as a 14-point underdog who just upset somebody. Colorado, like I said, tough game versus USC. The Cal game, tough. You build on some nail biters. You get a couple games like that where you're grinding out, you're going to explode. That kind of builds, character on you. You battle, and then you're going to break through. And a team like Oregon, or Oregon State, I should say, who's overachieved right now lately. So yeah, they're playing hungry, but the other team's not going to look at them and be like, oh, well, these guys are not that good. We beat them already. I don't think that's the case. They're in the championship game for a reason. So, nobody really lays eggs in championship games as teams. I mean, you don't see normally huge teams, getting crushed. So I don't think Colorado's going to lay an egg here. Greetings from Spain. He likes the Lakers tonight, huh? I didn't have a Laker line. I do not like the Lakers though. AD comes back. I still think that I think Utah is a serious threat out there. I still think the Clippers, if they start playing games like they want to win, I don't know if these guys don't care about the 1 seed. Do you think they're going to go in and beat Utah in a 7-game series? Same with the Lakers. And then you got to worry about that Suns team's fun to watch. They don't care. So I'm not that high on the Lakers at all. Cal Baptist, Irvine. That's the last one. You know what? We did not hit Irvine because that is the last game on the charts here. I'm sorry for that. I do in this game. I think I was leaning towards the over here in the Big West between these two. Where is it? I know I wrote it down somewhere. So yeah, what do we got here? 73. Irvine with a win there. Irvine won both of these games. Again, two teams on good runs. 82, 8-2 for Irvine, 9-1 for Santa Barbara. I'm going to grab Irvine here with the points. Again, we're getting points, kind of like the Grand Canyon game. I'll go. I'll take the 2.5. I'll take money line with Irvine. We dog up these puppies. We get Irvine, Grand Canyon, Ohio, Morgan State. Nice little 2-point kind of dogs. Make a little money with these guys if we go money line. I don't think they're all going to lose. So that's my thought on the Irvine game. Bama, we're on Bama, D-Nice. They call me D-Nice. Taking out the suckers. You don't know how I did it. Anybody know D-Nice? Back in, was that 1990, I think? Call me D-Nice. Ran with KRS-One crew? No? Anybody? Be prepared, people watching. You're going to get 80s movies references, music. 9 for 9 yesterday. When's your show? I'll watch your show next. Arkansas LSU Rebel. I kind of like the over there. I can't really have a side. LSU could put up points. Razorbacks put up points. They both give up points. They play 2 wild ones, split the season series. So I guess I kind of lean on the over there. Although I'd like to see Arkansas and Alabama in the championship game. That'll be a fun one for sure tomorrow. Yeah, it's a little scary taking Ohio State there, but if you like a dog, and listen, if you're going to take dogs today, any of these dogs, take the points and sprinkle some money line in, because there are upsets in college basketball championship games, in conference tournaments. So, yeah, Anteaters, let's go. Irvine gets it done. Born to roll. That Master Ace was born to roll. D-Nice, who you like tonight? I know, right? I'm like, where's the D-Nice show? 9-0 yesterday. I think Utah State's live. They already beat them. Bama and Cincy for D-Nice. I do have a play on that comment. I can't give that out. It's in my 3-pack as a premium 3-pack there with Texas, Oklahoma, and Creighton, Georgetown. I like Charlotte too in the NBA, D-Nice. All right, Daniel, good morning to you. Knowles all the way from John. Iowa game. Listen, we're locked in with Illinois, but I think we should sprinkle a little Iowa here money line just because they're a good team. They played like crap yesterday and still won. So I got maybe Iowa money line. Bama, Arkansas, yeah. D-Nice throwing out all the NBA. Charlotte, Blazers, Knicks first half. Yeah, probably Knicks first half. I can't lay 5 with the Knicks on the road. They're not there yet. If Knowles can get Moses right in foul trouble, Knowles handled the deck. This could be a good game. I said yesterday, we had Florida State. I'm like, they come in here, and if they lost, I said I would definitely be avoiding them like the plague in the first round of the tournament because you can't come in losing games like that, just not looking good. And but they pulled it out somehow. We'll see how this. I think this will be a good game today. We had a good game here in Georgia Tech. Mike Smith in the house. How are you today, Mike? Thanks for coming in. And again, thanks for all the likes. Uh, I don't, Mike. I don't know what you got there in Cali, what you're using, and the offshores they are what they are. D nice. I like Texas over Oklahoma State. Robert, how are you today? Yeah, G-Town's really hot. LSU plus 3.5 from Shady. All right, we covered all these games. We just rattled through a bunch of NBA from D Nice, who went 9-0 yesterday. He's crushing it. But we're out of here. You know what? Maybe I'll come back tonight. We'll see. I gotta see what time these other games end. Hopefully, we'll get some lines up at some of these. We should have lines. You know what? We'll come back at 10 tonight, and we'll do tomorrow's games. And then I doubt no live show tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll do some NBA tomorrow. And then a tournament show Sunday night. You don't want to miss out on that. Do not want to miss a tournament show. So again, notification bells on, whether here on YouTube or Facebook. If you're on Twitter, give me a follow, say hello. If you're in the area next weekend, AC, Fan Cave, we'll be there. I'll see everybody later on. Now, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the likes. Good show today. Wow, it's like almost 60 likes. Excellent. I love it. All right, guys and girls, ladies. If I come back tonight, Sean, we need you. All right.